Morning, everyone. It's me again. I woke up this morning with one of those. Yeah, this would be a really amazing vlog to do around um, balance and finding your middle ground. And and the more I was thinking about it, what does that mean? Balance, finding your middle ground. And then it kind of was going into things like, healing from pain, healing from our heartache. And I wrote some stuff down, so I'm going to refer to it. Financial insecurity, how it is to be brave and how painful it is to get to that place of having to be brave. And then what came up was love is the drug. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Love is the drug. And it takes me back to that Brian Ferry tune, Love is the Drug, and how painful it can be. And the more I was thinking about it and sitting and closed my eyes and I was listening to stuff that was coming up for me, and I thought, I want to share on this. I want to share on how painful that stuff can be. I'm sure we've all had those crazy relationships where they talk about the bad boys and the bad girls and all that, but it goes deeper than that. To that stage of a loss of complete identity unless that drug is in place, which is the love, and the loss of identity when the person's away, and until they're back, okay, then life starts up again. And it's no different to heroin. It's no different to any drug, no different to alcohol dependency or addiction or whatever it might be. It holds the same. It holds exactly the same. And, it comes down to that emptiness of inside and going down those rabbit holes. It's writing on how it is to let go of the pain and to lean into the pain, but not to the extent where when you're leaning into it, and I'm talking about when you've left, I don't mean leaning into the pain whilst you're in it, but leaning into that pain, but not getting swamped in it. Don't drown in it, lean into it and then lean out of it. Find those little things in between that will make a difference. If you're into creativity, start working on that. And a lot of stuff kept coming up when I was thinking about it around, what is it I'd get from that other person that I would like to have for myself? Because that's usually what it is. What we see in another, we want for ourselves. And I was like, yeah, self-parenting, self-love, self-awareness, self-knowledge. Some people might choose to go down that mindfulness route. And I don't mean having to sit on a lily pad zenning out. It doesn't have to be on that tip at all. But, showering in the morning, showering whenever you want, basically. Little levels of self-care, eating, making sure you have your meals in a day, getting out, I'm not talking about going away to some tropical country and going for walks on the beach, just getting out, getting out of the rut, getting out, making change, making movement, using that space and that time to tune in. What's it like to tune in? What do I like? Do I even know what color I like? Do I know what I like to eat? Do I know what it is I like to do in the day? Do I know what films I like? Or has it always been about the other? What do you like? Oh yeah, I like that too. And that can be a really scary place to be in. Just giving yourself that permission to explore that. And when those little voices come in, those little inner critics, they always do. Oh, it'd be better if you went back. They weren't that bad. Maybe if I just changed something about myself. Do you know what? Do a drop the mic moment. Drop the mic and be like, do you know what? I'm done with that. I'm not going back. As painful as it might be to stay away, think about how many times how many times of pain that is, how painful that is, to the extent of how painful it is when you're in it. Think about that. Is it more painful being there as opposed to the pain that you experience when you're out of it? And that will give you some indication of, the rabbit holes how many rabbit holes you're going down. What else did I write? Yeah, some of the action. Start building a relationship with yourself. You know, I'm not saying this as an expert. I'm not by any means. I'm not a relationship expert at all. I just come from my own frame of reference, you know, stuff that's happened to me and stuff that I've supported me to repair and to heal, and how painful it has been, and how joyous it can still be, you know, when I have that sense of freedom, getting to know oneself more now, um, building that strength within you. And I really do believe this is true. Building the strength, even change the word strength, building the relationship within you, getting to know you, getting to know that independent side of you, growing self-love, self-compassion, nurturing yourself, self-dates. I mean, that's been amazing. I used to take myself out on self dates, and I still do. I read an amazing book, Julia. Oh, what's her name? I normally know the book off by heart. Anyway, she's an author, and it was called The Artist's Way. And if anyone remembers the surname, please write it down. And I started doing that, and it was amazing. It really allowed me to look at my inner critics, you know, how I can really beat myself up for not being maybe like someone else, so comparing and despairing around someone else's talents, and how maybe when I was younger, you know, a school teacher might have gone, you know, made a critical comment about stuff, and didn't give myself an opportunity to grow my creativity and my creative flair. And you can transcribe that into anything, you know, even down to maybe excuse me, cooking in the kitchen, and someone might be like, oh, you know, what's that? And how you can internalize that, especially if, you know, someone's quite sensitive or quite has that empathic flow about them. And she suggests to go out on self dates, you know, to go and date yourself. And I was like, well, that's a bit cringy to start off with. And it really grew. It really grew. I remember one year it got to Valentine's, and yeah, I remember sharing this with one of my aunts, and she she just laughed at me. That it was one of my crazy things that I did. But I put all lovely little love lights around the bed and in my bedroom, and I made myself one of my favourite meals. I actually went and had a bath and got dressed up, and I took myself out for dinner at home because I didn't have a lot of money back then. And I was like, do you know what? I can still do this. I can still make it as really lovely and as simple and what I would like maybe a partner to do for me if we're a bit, you know, strapped for cash, whatever. And I ate what I wanted. I watched a film that I wanted. I went to bed when I wanted. And it was so lovely. You know, I had a really nice evening. And it was just a small little thing I did. You know, times when you know, there was years when I just could not get it together to do these big things, whether it was financial, you know, emotional, or whatever it might be. And those times I would do things like pack up a little lunch, you know, and I would just go out and find a park or whatever and sit down and just chill, you know, and just chill and just use some of that time to have some peace and relaxation and just be really at home and at peace with silence. And I tell you what, it was so difficult at first. Those horrible voices would come in like, look at you, Billy, no mates, you ain't got no one and you're out here on your own. And you know what, F that, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I hear that's what you're trying to tell me, but I know different. You know, I know I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to, you know, I'm showing up for a drop the mic today, you know, and I was really grateful that I pushed myself through that. It was before COVID, and how amazing it was that it built up and it built up, and then I started working and earning a bit of money, and I was able to get out there and do longer dates. I used to love going to the cinema. I'd get myself a premiere ticket and I'd go to the cinema on my own, choose the film I wanted. No one was sitting next to me yabbering in my ear. And I'd take some lunch with me if I couldn't afford to buy anything in the cinema, not that I'd wanna. And it was a way of me building up my self-esteem. way of me building up. I don't need another. I don't need a half to make myself a whole. I am already a whole. I'm not looking for another half. All that stuff, And, we have these things that we see out in the world, like, where's my other half and stuff like that. If that's what rocks your boat, it's what rocks your boat. I'm not here to judge anybody. But I've learned over the years that I need to find my half. I need to find myself to make myself a whole. And then I can find a person who's also found their selves and they're a whole, then we can find a union together, And this is all great academically. And I know how difficult it is when getting with somebody and whatever else. But it just kind of came up for me this morning of, what is it? What is it that I would like to share on some of the real struggles and the things that have really held me back in life? And when I used to look on YouTube and you put in a few little prompts around this stuff and tons of people are vlogging, tons of people are offering support, especially around things like toxicity and narcissism and things like that. And I just thought, what, I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about the pain of it, but getting out of that pain and how painful it is. And do you know what else came up? People may not all, identify with this, but how those type of relationships, they feel so right, and they feel that they're the ones that we tend to go back to again and again, either to fix someone, to support them, to enable them, to help them, but also what is it they're giving us? What is it that we get out of that? Because we all do. We can't keep going, oh, it was them, they were a bad apple. There's something that we keep going back for. And a lot of the time it's because it's what we know. A lot of the time it's because of childhood. It's what we're used to, especially if there was any violence or addiction or pain. And then we choose similar partners that can treat us like a bit of shit. And then we have to start looking at how we reparent, how we put that self-loving parent back into our creative space, and how we do that. And as I said, sometimes it can just be really tiny little movements around getting up in the morning, getting a shower, getting out there, getting to work, connecting with other people, whether it be family or friends. Don't keep this stuff to yourself. These type of situations, especially if there's a really naughty relationship going on where it can get a bit DV, domestic violence or whatever, speak up. We become as sick as our secrets. Speak up, talk to trusted friends, seek help if help's needed. If it hasn't gone down that rabbit hole and there's signs where you're isolating, backing away from people, not wanting to see anyone anymore, just keeping your world so small it's just you and the other person. And hello, it doesn't have to be a romantic someone. This can be a friend. This can be a work colleague. This could just be family, where you have nothing else apart from family. If that works for you, that rocks your boat, that's okay. It doesn't mean it has to be wrong. But if it's not feeling right, this is what I'm talking about. If things aren't feeling right, if you feel like you're losing yourself, if you're becoming smaller, and you can see that they're expanding, it means that there's some kind of imbalance there, isn't there? So, did I write any other stuff that I'd want to share with you? Yes, when those times come in around, it's lonely and it wasn't that bad, was it? Maybe if I just don't do A, B and C, it won't piss them off. Or maybe if I just this, that and the other. Or if those days where you're just like, I got nothing to offer the world, nothing to live for, and I'm feeling really shit, and I just want to eat on my feelings, or I want to drink, or whatever it is on my feelings. I want to shop. I want to spend loads of money, turn to gratitude. Start doing a gratitude journal and write down. Start with 3 things what you're grateful for, no matter what it is. Even if it's, I'm grateful that I've got lungs and fresh air. You know, I'm grateful that I've got clean water that I can drink. I'm grateful that I've got food in my fridge. I'm grateful that I've got some form of mobility of my body. I'm grateful that I've got a loving friend. I'm grateful I've got a loving partner. I'm grateful that I've found some faith in something bigger than myself. You know what? It was the Lunar New Year yesterday. I think you that follow me know that I'm in Southeast Asia, and it's been a hell of a journey for me. You know, I got here and I'm just settling here for a little bit, you know, just to get some healing and some chill time, and, you know, just to see where the flow of life takes me. That's the way I like to live my life today, the flow of life. Some of you already know, if you watched a previous blog, I really believe that my higher power has brought me here. And, you know, I trust today. I trust that I have faith in that. And as I said before, don't get all godlike on you. It's all good in the hood. You know, you go down whatever road you want to go down. And I've lost my train of thought. You're going to find that a lot with me. It may come back, it may not. But yeah, just to trust, and those 3 gratitudes. Yeah, that train of thought is gone. And you know what? Sometimes I really do believe when it goes, maybe it was meant to. You know, maybe you're meant to find your own route, find your own way. And yeah, as I said, I do not have all the answers here. This is just a combination of what I woke up with this morning. And I really do believe when I wake up with this, I want to share it. I don't want to keep it to myself. You know, I do a lot of journaling and writing stuff down. And I woke up the other morning at 4:00 in the morning with a book. So I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write an ebook on, this is what it was. And I don't care if someone steals it, whether it's good or not, who cares? It was an ebook on, okay, I was in love with somebody. Here we go again with the love. I was in love with somebody and I got amnesia for having an accident. And the person I was in love with, they lose me. And then I end up getting with somebody that I wasn't meant to be with. And it was a person of a different gender, and it was all mixed up. Crazy dream. And it wasn't a dream. I woke up with it. It wasn't a dream. And I wish I'd held on to it a little bit more, because again, that's another thing. It's like these little things keep coming up. And yeah, I'm really grateful when they do. You know, people might call it a bit of insanity. Well, I don't care. Call it what you will. But I'm beginning to feel more comfortable in my skin today. And I used to hear someone, a really lovely guy, and he used to say that he's comfortable in his skin today. And I'd be like, oh, I wish I had that, you know. And yeah, today I'm feeling more comfortable in my skin. You know, the fact I do this, wow. I'm telling you now, and I still do feel like it a bit, you know, I'm a human being. That, you know, I was that person that had been wanting to do this for so many years. And you can tell by my videos that they're not that sharp editors. I don't have all the amazing thumbnail things that attach to it, and I don't have anyone to edit for me. I've just started learning how to edit, so I'm getting there. But I don't care. I'm comfortable today to be able to be perfectly imperfect. And that's amazing. And this has come about, put my roughneck right in, this has come about by doing all this stuff that I'm talking to you about today. I'm tuning into creativity, and yeah, you know what? I always say to myself, oh, I'm not very creative. I wish I was creative. You know, my mum was amazing at art. I remember coming home from school once, and she'd painted the balcony. We lived up on the 10th floor of a high-rise London, and she'd painted it all. And bless her, I mean, I was like 13, 14. She'd done a big Humpty Dumpty. I think my mum still saw me as 2. And I just thought it was amazing. It had a brick wall with Humpty Dumpty leaning over it, all these beautiful colours and everything. And oh wow, and I'd love to have had the ability to have that. You know, there are lots of creative people in my family, and I think my creativity is tuning into me, empathy. This, I used to be a chef, and I can get stuff together in the kitchen, and yeah, learning my creativity doesn't have to be picking up a medium, pen, paper. Creativity doesn't hold any kind of hold on, that sort of stuff. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to put it across. Yeah, you'll get to know my neurodiverse way of communicating is how I like it to be. Yeah, do you know what else I want to talk on? Sometimes when we get in with those people, and I don't mean those people, I mean people like that we choose, because I don't want this to be a video or vlog on, yeah, beating them up mentally and, blaming them, because that's not freedom. Seriously, that is not freedom. I spent so many years hearing and doing, the blame shift. And of course, we all have our part to play. But the freedom today is looking at within, look within. Oh, 100% look within. Sometimes if it feels right, it doesn't mean it is right. It really doesn't. And of course, we have to explore. We have to be, the leader of our own experiences. And this is how we grow. This is how we learn. It's how we evolve. It's how we develop. And it's how we can also trust if we get to know who we are. And I'm still learning who I am. I think it was only a few years ago I started going, actually, no, I like that. Cool that you do. I hear that. That's all good. But actually, I like this. And being able to be comfortable enough to say that, so that I'm not people pleasing and going, actually, I like that, but I'm going to say I like that just so I don't upset you. Upset them. Let them be upset. You're giving them a gift. Give them a gift of holding their own space within their own feelings. It's a gift to be able to feel and heal. And that's what it is, feeling and healing. So what's some of the action? What's some of the action that I can talk about and what I've found as my solutions? I mean, I've kind of been chucking it in here, haven't I, for what it is. I found that getting out into nature, and if you can't go out, go in. I love that. I picked that up when COVID was happening. There was all these little memes and slogans flying around, wasn't there? And if you can't go out, go in, go within. And you know what I was doing? I remember. I used to dance on this disco online thing. Tons of people joined it. It was so cool. And 6 o'clock every night, I'd put on my video, go onto Zoom, and I would dance just for an hour. And, I loved it. It was old tunes. Some of the tunes used to really piss me off because I don't really like 80s music, and, I'm a bit of a house girl and come from the disco and the rave scene, and I like my rare groove and all that, you know what I mean? And when I was having to dance with Duran Duran, I wasn't happy, but it was part of the healing of being in that perfectionistic state. It's like, just dance, P, for God's sake. Of course I wanted to be the DJ, 100%. That's always going to be the case. I have this alter ego that I am DJ P, and I'm happy with that still, that it's still with me. But yeah, dance, nature, going out for walks, meditation's your bag, yoga, Pilates, Zumba, not Zumba. Oh, that's a cool one. Zumba, I like that. Zumba, whatever it might be. Just find the place within you what feels right. That's it. Just find the place within you that feels right, and don't have anyone tell you that it's wrong. Do a drop the mic. If you know what I mean by that, you know what I mean by that. Drop the mic. That's it, because that's your truth. That's your truth. And ain't no one allowed to come and tell you anything other than that. Because it's your truth. How can anyone deny you your truth? So, yeah, I'm really, really grateful that I got myself a new tripod, got a little tripod, and I'm still exploring. I've been talking to a couple of other YouTubers. Some of them have been so lovely, telling me what GoPros, and I've just discovered the Osmo Pocket 3 that I would love to buy. But at the moment, I'm keeping life simple. And I've got my Android phone with my tripod. And I noticed that when I do the nighttime vlogs, like when I was out Lunar New Year's Eve, that was a bit, wasn't too keen on that, but I still uploaded it. But I'm really happy that I've got my little tripod now. It's a selfie stick thing, and I can walk around and do whatever. So, yeah. Anything else that I may have missed? Maybe, quite possibly. I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause. Cut to me coming back with something that I might have missed. I'm back. That's me again, trying to be the perfectionism. Nah. Do you know what? If anything comes up, it comes up. Maybe if I do feel like I've missed anything, that's for you to explore. I'm not going to give it all. You know what I'm saying? It's like tune in to what else might come for you. And when I mean I'm not going to give it all, I haven't got anything more to give. This is me. I'm such a perfectionist. Always wanted to make sure that I've done exactly how I feel like it should be. But yeah, I think the last thing that I wrote down here was be attracted to that strength and that love. And I don't mean from someone else. Be attracted to that strength and love that you might see in someone else that you'd like for yourself. And use mindful acts of self-care and self-love. And I know that's a bit of a buzzword going around at the moment, but I like it. Mindful acts of self-care and self-love, no matter what it might be. If it's yours, and ain't no one taking that one away from you. It reminds me of that song, they can't take that away from me. And I don't mean that in the love sense. I mean what you can give back to yourself, you know. So yeah, I am going to end it here. Nearly 30 minutes of vlogging. Watch me. God. Okay. Do you know what I was going to say as well? Also, please like and describe if you found me on this on this channel. You know, I'd love to see that people are, you know, liking what I'm doing. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's all good in the hood, you know. Write down what it is you'd like for me to do. I'm in Southeast Asia. I'm in a really nice little part of Vietnam. And if there's things you'd like to see. I'm in Nha Trang. I'm probably saying that wrong. I heard someone say the other day, Nha Trang. I'm not sure. But if there's things you'd like to see. There's a cable car I'm going to go up onto to go over to the other side of the Bay of the Mountains. This is a really chilled out place. And I'm very aware, you know, I woke up the other day going, I'm here just to chill. That's it. I'm here to chill and to do a few little bits here and there. And the guy I introduced on my vlog the other day on my channel, Bang, he's going to be back after the Lunar New Year and we're going to start off our adventures again. And he's such a lovely guy. He really is. And if he's watching this, hi Bang, see you soon. Anything you'd like to see, give me some challenges. And if I can do them, I'll do them. All right, family, friends, new peeps, whoever's there, love you all. And I'm going to get to 30 minutes and I'm going to say today is a beautiful day. I'm going to go out. I might even do a little short later and put that up as well. Something really easy. I was going to go and do a little walk along the beach all the way along, but it's so windy out there at the moment that it's hard because my mic is coming from my phone. So, I'm just keeping this really simple. I might do a little vid of this apartment place I'm staying in because it's really nice. It's really nice where I am and it's affordable. hence why I'm here. So 30 minutes, I did it. Cool. All right, take care. Mwah.